the Greater Bay Area. That is one big project the central government is talking about.
Yes.
Many in Hong Kong are also excited about it. But Mr. Tan, the question is how to put it into a concrete plan, how to make sure efficiency, connectivity really happening.
I believe the Greater Bay Area is a golden opportunity that if we do not grab it, someone else will grab it, and someone else will take that away from us.
Right.
And I think we are in a perfect position to do so.
But the most important thing is to make sure that connectivity is happening. And that connectivity is happening on an efficient basis for the common folks, so that you got people moving around and they come to Hong Kong and then they go to other places. But that process could be challenging because the debate is already happening.
Well, actually, we're going to bring people from the whole of China, especially the Greater Bay Area, directly to West Kowloon because of the high-speed rail. The terminus is right at West Kowloon.
Right.
But that is not the only connectivity. We have an international airport that serves about 1,000 flights a day. And it is something where we're very proud of. It's a very efficient, very nice airport, and we're building a third runway.
It's not just about the transportation. It's about how to streamline the administrative system as well, so that real connectivity could take place. So how does that work?
It works better and better now. Of course, because with the two systems, there will be certain checks and balances in the two systems, which is essential to ensure the integrity of the two systems. But we are setting up co-located boundary checkpoints.
Yes.
We have a very successful experience with the Western crossing. Now we are going to build one in West Kowloon, so it will facilitate the people going in and out.
It sounds like a great picture, but I understand the plan is still underway so far.
Yes.
What do you consider, Mr. Tan, as the biggest challenge that people have to work it out?
It's just a continuous process to instill confidence in the people that the co-location is a good thing.
Yes.
So I believe the vast majority of Hong Kong people are supportive of this initiative.
Mr. Tan and his family served extensively on various government boards and public bodies. He has long devoted himself to upgrading West Kowloon. The district is an international-grade arts and culture hub in the heart of Hong Kong. He believes the district will bridge the cultural divide between Hong Kong and the rest of the world, and certainly will serve as an entry point while Hong Kong is transforming its economy and its culture into the future. You know better than anybody else about the challenges originally appeared in this project, over the years, eventually get to where we are, the operation stage. Every architecture in this project has been of center of debates. Even the cultural district itself, $21.6 billion in its plan, has been a big debate. The one who is responsible for this project has been at the center of hot debates.
Yes.
Two previous ones resigned before their terms finished.
Yes.
This is a controversial project to begin with. How do you see the years of this project from the center of controversy to eventually we're coming to a period of operation?
Although I'm not a media professional, but I always believe there is no bad press. There can only be not enough media coverage.
You're an optimistic person to begin with, aren't you?
I have seen from the design stage, the planning stage, to now beginning the operational stage. But we are still designing the music center. We're still going to design the retail dining, the hotel office, the exhibition and the exhibition hall, etc. So we're still in the planning and designing. But I very much have the confidence that when the project gets going, the Hong Kong people will all be proud of it. I hope, being at the nexus of the high-speed rail, the terminus, they will come out to a piazza. They turn right, and the whole cultural district is in front of you. Walk straight, and you can see the whole harbor view.
Wow.
So this is the kind of space that we are creating.
You got 24 board members.
Yes.
They have very different interests. They have very different views on how issues move forward. How do you incorporate all of these personalities and certainly people with power and capacity together?
Because we all share the same goal.
Come on, that's too diplomatic an answer, Mr.
No,
Tan.
it is the truth. We all want to build the best cultural district in the world.
But the best is
Now,
different interpretation.
The best must have diversity. If it is too uniform, everybody thinks the same way, it will be boring and we will fail. So therefore, we thrive on diversity. Hong Kong people thrives on diversity. So that's why the 24 board members, the hundreds of team members we have at the West Kowloon District Authority, and all the government departments, they share the same goal. We want to build the best. Yes, of course we argue, and of course we have disagreements, but this is the strength of Hong Kong.
What is the best way to come to a consensus for you at this current position?
While on the one hand we want to build the best, but on the other hand, we also want to ensure that it is financially stable and sustainable.
At the very beginning, when you as the non-official chief to come back to the West Kowloon Cultural District project, during that ceremony you said to Carrie Lam, you have a conversation with her on the stage, and you said, I'm grateful that the chief executive reappointed me. That specific sentence has been echoing among many who know you well. They are suggesting that they are seeing one gentleman with big heart. After all of these ups and downs, eventually coming back to this project, how this project, Mr. Tan, from the very beginning until today, has helped you to grow as an individual?
Carrie and I have a very special relationship. We were colleagues in government. She was one of my biggest supporter when she was at the Home Affairs Bureau, when I did the failed goods and services tax consultation, but I thought it was actually a constructive debate, and it was necessary at that time, even though we didn't go ahead with the tax for various reasons. And I respect Carrie for what she has done and her motivations and her dedication to Hong Kong. So the reason I have agreed to take up the chairmanship, knowing that it's going to be a huge challenge and a lot of work, and I don't get paid for it, is because I feel very strongly about this project. I was the first chairman. I practically designed it. I was the original architect of it. And subsequent chief secretaries have very, very much been driven to make this project the best that Hong Kong can show the world. So I am grateful that all the previous chairmen that have been very, very dedicated and motivated by the project and put in a lot of work. And I'm grateful to have that opportunity at this important moment as it launched into the operational stage to chair it again.
What about Hong Kong's future as a whole, in which West Kowloon is part of it? How is Hong Kong going to make sure a renewed future? That is something a lot of people are scratching their head and try to come up with a solution and answer. What do you think, Mr. Tan?
Under the one country, two system, we are able to contribute to the development of the modernization and the development of China, but at the same time also reap some of the benefits of this development. We will continue to focus a lot on high-end services, on financial services, on trading, but culture is actually a new element. It is an element that I believe will propel Hong Kong to the next level. We will be able to have the liberty and the freedom to curate from all our collection, to present what we feel is tasteful and intellectually interesting, whether it's a performing art or a visual art. But at the same time, we are going to present people with a different way of enjoying a city.
But the efficiency of Hong Kong these days, because of enormous amounts of rounds of debates, has become quite a big problem, some say.
It is something that a developed economy and a developing economy do have a difference. In a developing economy, people are used to things happening very fast. In a developed economy, people have to get used to that there are hoops and barriers that you have to go through.
You talk about competition, you know yourself, there are enormous competition all around, anytime.
Just building a building is not enough, because a building is still a shell. No matter how beautiful the building is, it is still a shell. What is the content, the soft power, is even more important. So therefore, like you said, in Hong Kong, if I want to build a building, we have to go through all the hoops, like town planning board or the buildings codes and so on and so forth. It does take longer. But this is a system. It is a system that evolved over many, many years. And I will not blame the system for anything, but rather to work within the system, because I was part of the system myself. But on the other hand, I also believe that with this longer process, people understand the project even more.
Mr. Tang, what a pleasure to see you again. And all the best for the West Kowloon Cultural District and certainly your work. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.